Monday morning. Let's get after it, people. Waiting for the Instagram to get live stream situated. And we're going to be going live here in about 3 seconds. In 3, 2, let's go. What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to Unstoppable, the elite mind and body podcast for men. I'm your host, Taj Howell. Welcome back to the show. This is episode 73 of the podcast. And we're going to be discussing the secret to happiness on this podcast. Okay. The secret to happiness, because this shit is very, very, very misunderstood. And I want to make a few things extremely clear on this podcast, on this live stream right now. Okay, first and foremost, what most people think happiness is, if they've ever taken any sort of personal development course, is progress. That's what Tony Robbins says. Tony Robbins says that happiness equals progress. And you know what? This is true in a lot of cases, but I'm going to explain why it's not completely true. It's not completely accurate. The reason why it's not completely accurate and why I disagree with this statement is because true happiness in the form of fulfilling joy, where you actually genuinely have joy in your heart, in your soul. You wake up every single day and you're like, you take a breath of fresh air just because you're so grateful, so happy, and so blessed. True happiness in the form of fulfilling joy is when the idea that you have for your life matches your life. I'm going to say that again. True happiness in the form of fulfilling joy is when the idea that you have for your life matches your life. Okay? So I'm going to give you a couple of examples, right? Let's say the idea that you have for your life is to be high up in the corporate ladder, have a family, have a great wife, and kids and a family, and you make decent money, and you have a dad bod. Like, let's say that is your ideal life. If you are sitting on the couch playing video games in your mom's basement, and you're not doing those things, and you haven't met the woman that you want to be with, and you haven't had kids yet, and you haven't done all these things, and of course you're going to be fucking unhappy, because the idea that you have for your life does not match your life. Let me give you another example. Let's say the idea that you have for your life is that you're in incredible shape. You're in good shape. You can go hike, you can bike, you can board, you can swim, you can play basketball when you want with your friends. You can play beer league baseball. You're just a fit dude. Let's say your ideal life is that you're a fit person and maybe you're single. Okay? Let's say that that's your ideal life. If you're single, but you're fat, that doesn't match your ideal life, you're going to be unhappy. Right? Like, progress only equals happiness when you're progressing towards your ideal life. Okay? Progress does not equal happiness if you're progressing in the wrong things. If you're progressing from a flat stomach to a beer gut, it's not happiness if that's not your ideal life. If you're progressing up ranks inside of a video game when in reality you want to make 6 figures a year or build a business, that's not happiness because you're progressing towards the wrong shit. If you're progressing towards sleeping with a bunch of women instead of creating a good lasting relationship with someone, but your ideal life is that you have a trust-filled good relationship with someone, you're not going to be happy. I hope that makes sense. Okay? Now, where this all comes together is with one word, and that word is clarity. Okay? In order to truly be happy and have fulfilling joy in your life, you need to be clear on what your ideal life is. And this is the main separator of people who eventually get really happy and people who fucking don't. The main separator of people who get really, really happy in their life and achieve fulfilling joy, where they wake up and they feel blessed and grateful every single day, and the people who never experience what that feels like is clarity. You need to be clear on where you're going, what your goals are, why you want to get there, who you need to become in order to actually create that life, and why that person needs to exist now so that you don't go backwards and become the old version of yourself. You need clarity on all of those things. Once you get clarity on those things, then you can start implementing a strategy to start progressing in the areas of most importance to achieve the life that you want to achieve. Okay? Guys, I hope this makes sense. The people who are the least happy people in the world, and I've met a fair number of people who will never be happy. And I know that they will never be happy. And the reason why they will never be happy is because they were never able to get clarity on what they truly want and the kind of life that they truly want to have. And they aren't clear on even who they fucking are. Those people are screwed unless they can come to a realization that they actually have no idea who they are, no idea what they want, no idea where they're going, and change that, get clarity on it, and then start working on themselves to progress themselves to the point where they become the person that they actually truly want to be deep inside. They're never going to be happy. Okay? Now, I want to give you a little test right now. I'm going to give you a little test, so don't jump off the live stream. This is very fucking important. I'm going to give you a little test to check if you are actually clear, if you actually have clarity on your life. Okay? You're going to ask yourself the following questions. How much money specifically to the number do you want to make per year? Question number one. Question number two. What kind of relationships are the most important in your life? Your parents, your kids, your cousins and other family members, your friends. What relationships are the most important to you, and which ones give you the most joy and fulfillment? Okay. Question number three. Where do you want to live? If you could live anywhere, truly, where would you want to live? Write the shit down. Okay. Next question. How do you look? Like, how do you want to look? If you could look any way in the world, how would you look? Write the shit down. Right? Now, impact. If you want to be a person of impact to influence others and motivate people and be someone who gives back to the earth, in what way would you give back to the world? Right? Would you give back through volunteer work? Would you give back through donation? Would you give back through being a part of a church or community? Would you give back through just being gracious and happy to everybody you meet? Would you give back by feeding families in Nigeria? I don't know. How would you, if that's what you want, give back? Now, the last one is thinking long-term. The last question I want you to answer is thinking long-term. How long do you want to work for? Like, do you want to work for a very long time? Do you want to work for a very long time, or do you want to retire young? Do you want to have a bunch of money? You want to live off of investments? What's your work timeline look like? If you answer all of those questions, you're going to get a rough idea of what you know deep down you want to do with your life. You're going to get a rough guesstimation. Then what needs to happen is, now that you at least have a rough guesstimation of it, you've got to map out exactly where you're going, why you want to get there, how you're going to get there over the next 1, 5, 10, 20 years. Okay. And if you want to do that, if you actually want an exercise that I use with every single one of my clients, I've used this with over 630 men over the last decade to help them get clarity on everything that they want to achieve. If you comment blueprint on this live stream right now, I'm going to send you over my lifestyle blueprint. And it's an exercise where it'll help you get clarity on everything that you want to achieve, why you want to go where you're going, how you can achieve happiness, how you can build a better vision, how you can build better habits, disciplines, better mindset, everything. Okay. So comment blueprint right now if you want me to send that over to you for free. That being said, you have to know what your ideal life is, why you want to be there, who you need to become, and what the best version of yourself looks like. Okay. And what I mean by what he looks like is how he speaks, what he does, how he thinks, who he is, how people talk about him, why people want to be around him, right? Like it's imperative that you have clarity on these things, okay? Because with that clarity, you're going to be able to progress towards the happiness and joy that you ultimately want to achieve in your life. Guys, I hope that all makes sense. I hope you're having the best day ever. It's Monday. Let's take this shit to the next level. As always, if you guys need help with your fitness, if you comment goals on this live stream, I'll send you over a full assessment of your current situation to make sure that you have everything you need to lose body fat, build muscle, build a better mindset, get in the best shape of your life. To those of you listening to my podcast, I appreciate every single one of you. Please share this with a friend who needs to hear it. And please leave us a Google or Apple review or Spotify review if you're listening to this on the podcast. For the rest of you guys, hope you have the best day of your motherfucking lives. And I'll see you guys in tomorrow's episode. Peace out.